If you're going through pain and grief and heartbreak right now and you feel alone about it, I want to say something to you. What if the reason why you are alone at this point and nobody's there for you is so God can speak to you? And I'm not trying to be cliche. Something I've experienced many times in my life is when I was alone, that essentially when God could talk to me, because there was no one to distract, there was no one to speak with. And I could choose either to distract myself, which you can also do. You can distract yourself, or you can then go and lean in to the pain, feel the sensations that are happening. And I know that shit sounds so much easier, but I'll tell you, when you lean into that, I think it was Rumi that said something to the effect of, when your heart breaks, that is when the light can shine in. And I feel it's so true. Perhaps God is waiting for you to essentially to speak to you. And maybe that's why you are isolated. You feel alone. You feel like nobody gets you. You feel like as though you should just get over it quick. But what if you're not supposed to get over it? You are supposed to allow God to speak to you. Maybe the season that's coming up in your life will be the season where you and God are like this. Maybe you thought you and God were like this, but maybe it's supposed to be even tighter. Because maybe the upcoming season of your life, once you've processed the grief, will take time. Don't rush the process. It will take time to process this grief, but once that is done, maybe the next season of your life is more beautiful than your inner child could ever experience. But that requires you and God to be like this, and for you to have faith, and for God to give you the affirmations, but you have to be able to listen. And that is by you throwing everyone around, you sitting in that room in the dark and crying to God and feeling the pain that you were having. And if you listen, not with your mind, but with your heart, at some point you'll hear God. God will, when you go and you listen for that love, that is God speaking to you. When you find that in small drops of love, that is God speaking to you. Do not ignore God at that point. When you hear love, that is God speaking to you. Everything will be okay.